Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another This Is Too Much podcast episode. I'm the fry that falls to the bottom of your takeout McDonald's bag, Daniel Leventis, and I'm joined today by Dima Hawari and Shaan. How are you guys
Yo,
doing?
wait, no. Now that you said the fry thing, I'm gonna be the new Minute Maid slushies that they have.
And Shaan's the Minute Maid slushie in there too.
Dima, what are you?
Um,
Nuggets? Junior chicken?
no, I'm the always broken ice cream machine.
Oh,
Oh, oh.
bro, I felt so proud there. Shaan muted his mic. Took a second.
I muted my mic because I had to drink water, so I was like,
Okay.
I didn't want me to disturb Daniel's insanely loud
Oh my
intro.
That's
god.
okay.
That was
Um,
Anyway,
even more insane than usual.
so you guys, if you listened to the last episode, which we know you did because you're a loyal viewer and you like to listen to all of our
Mhm.
podcast episodes, you know that we are
yes,
recording this on the same night that
but
we just
I
recorded
think the good thing about this is usually the time that we record our episodes because
the
so
other.
we actually have a little energy on our
Mhm.
with like everything happening,
This much.
enough energy to push us through this
Yeah,
episode. I
yeah,
know
we
Yes,
got
that.
this.
but today we really just want to talk about what's on our minds. Because you know what? Sometimes we just got a lot we got to think about.
And for reference, we are recording this at 1 a.m. on Tuesday. So essentially, we just went through Monday. So if any of our information that we do talk about is dated, that is why. I
Hmm.
apologize, especially with my segment of it. But we'll
Mine as
start
well.
off. We'll start off, I guess, with Daniel and go to Dima, and then I'll end it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm so sorry for 98% of our audience. But
Who's
I
the 2% knowing what you're talking about?
don't know. I'm sure
I
someone
think we
knows
have
about
like
it.
3 viewers anyway, so
So all
Well,
of Daniel's friends, you
no,
better
the
understand.
ant,
yeah,
the ant in the background of the person listening to it, like the ant.
exactly.
The fly in the background
I
that's a little
Yeah, yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about Overwatch League. So, everyone who doesn't know, Overwatch is a first-person shooter, and Overwatch League is uh, it's kind of similar to the NHL in the sense that it's like It's a franchise league with teams in different cities, um, and so there's Toronto has a team, which is pretty cool, Toronto Defiant, and then the other team that I root for is called the Dallas Fuel, which, to be honest, not the best branding, but you know what? We don't come for them.
Dallas,
Uh,
what
the
Fuel?
Fuel, Fuel.
are
Yeah,
they?
they're the.
Okay, are they sponsored by G Fuel? Because then that's perfect.
Actually, I think they might be,
Yeah,
but
because
that's not
I
why.
think that if G Fuel, if you're listening to this, sponsor us.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can be the. This is too much fuel. That can
That
get us.
actually be a
this is
great name for it.
honestly.
I'll do
Um,
the art and everything. G Fuel, hit us
Beautiful.
up.
Can
I
you just make the Dallas Fuel logo, but like slightly off color, and be like,
I've never even seen it, but I'll figure
I'll.
it out.
You have. I had a temporary tattoo of it on my wrist.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so basically, what's happening is we're about 3/4 of the way through the season. So playoffs are coming up in, say, 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
Sure.
And Dallas is kind of sitting at a kind of strange position. So for the past 3 years, they've basically been touted as like the laughing stock of the league because they keep every season they go into it with high expectations and like they're like, okay, they just built up a good team, they've got like strong pieces, they should do well, and they just flounder. And so today, Dallas did three things. They fired their head coach. Their head coach's name is Arrow. Arrow's been with us since season one. So we're on season three. So season one, Arrow got killed today, which I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah,
Shaw was like, killed.
the way you said it, it sounds like this is a
Killed.
TV show. Yeah, because
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like, first I was thinking because his name is
They killed
Arrow,
him
I'm thinking
off.
of like Arrow,
Like
you know,
the
the
Green
show.
Arrow?
No,
Oh
the
yeah.
show
Yeah,
Arrow. Is it a Green Arrow? I'm not even sure
yeah.
what it is.
I mean,
Is it?
it's
Yeah,
Arrow,
No,
but
it's
yeah.
yeah,
Arrow, but
but
it
it's
grows into.
like, yeah, I was just thinking the way because Daniel was like adding seasons into it, which makes sense, but
Mhm.
like it was just like because it was so specific because it's not like it's a little newer, so you know like it's season three. Like for
Yes.
NBA or NHL, you'd be like
You wouldn't know.
you'd be like whatever season it's on.
Yeah.
It'd be the
You just say this
twenty
season.
nineteen 20 season, yeah.
Yeah. Um, but Yeah, so they got it Arrow, which I'm not surprised about. Basically, fans have been calling for his removal for a really long time because he's been making very questionable decisions. The other thing is he chose to keep on a bunch of players that were on our team last year who are just riding the bench basically. They're there to basically just get a salary, and they're playing other games. Like they're not practicing with the team, they're not contributing. So a lot of people are like, what? Why? Why are we
Sure.
paying these people money when we could be paying other people money?
Wait,
And then yeah,
question. Just to understand Overwatch League, how
yes.
much do they get paid to play?
So it's definitely not as much as like traditional
Yeah,
sport, like nowhere
but I
near.
mean, like a
Um,
lot of your money is probably like sponsored by per
yeah.
person, right?
So you have to get base salary. So the minimum is $50,000, but that's not common. I think the best player on Dallas had a 325. Like it's not public, but $325,000 a year.
That's insane.
That's a
Like,
lot of
of
money.
course, you have to be insanely good, but it's just
Mm.
like thinking about that, like that's why, because that's
Dude,
like okay. Let's say like you make, like you were saying, the base is like 50,000, right?
yeah.
50,000. Okay, cool. That's not bad for playing games.
Hmm.
And then if you're pretty decent and you're on a rookie contract, whatever, then you're getting also sponsors probably, right?
Well,
And
yeah. So it's the way it works is it's just like you get your base salary, whatever you get from sponsorships, and then you get there are like monthly tournaments as well. So if you win prize money from that, you'll get a little tip.
and
Oh.
do you know if they're allowed to like Twitch stream or anything like
Yeah, totally,
themselves?
totally.
So
Yeah,
like,
you're allowed
Oh.
to.
and just imagine like if you are on a team, you're, even if you are a backup player, you're pretty good. You're probably Twitch streaming on the side.
Mhm.
You're probably making, like you could probably be making easily 50,000 off of Twitch streams
Yeah.
alone.
Listen, you're making money from Twitch. You're making money because you've got your sponsors on your Twitch stream. Like
Post your
you've got.
Twitch streams
Yep.
onto YouTube, you get that stuff too.
Exactly. Like
Shit.
people in this industry are actually making bank. And if you're really good, you're making. I think the most in the league is probably around $400,000 a year. But that's a lot of like
That is a lot, but it's like I from like looking into it like right now, that makes sense. It
totally.
Mm.
it
Well,
it
it's a very new scene, so of course there aren't going to be $1 million contracts. Like I wouldn't
Yeah.
expect it to be. If there was, I'd be shocked. And also, in the first year of Overwatch League, the highest contract was $125,000.
but that's
So
Mm.
still insane.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's going up.
Six
Yeah, man,
figures
six
for
figures for being good.
playing games for, let's say, like how long is the season usually?
Season is 8 months.
8 months. You had off time of 4 months. Probably you could add like 3 more months from the regular season, right? So that's like 7 months that you could just be straight up Twitch streaming and
Yeah.
getting sponsors.
The
That
uh,
is wild.
actually, I think it's more like six.
And
No,
and
no,
I'm
it's
and
it's
I'm
8 months. It's 8 months.
I'm assuming that like when you are training and stuff, that the teams also provide a lot of the stuff.
Oh yeah, so accommodation, like most teams have facilities the same that any sort of NHL team would have. The only thing is with COVID, it's been very strange
Yeah.
because countries have been like New York's team is made out of completely Korean players, so they're based in New York in Korea right now, so they don't have access to their training facilities.
Yeah, but like
Mm.
think about that. Like let's say like you have a broken whatever controller, whatever
Mhm.
keyboard, you need a new one, easily get one.
Oh yeah, they hook you up with that, and your sponsors will uh, it you will be very much taken care of. Like I think actually like even your rent for your apartments will be
Oh.
taken care of.
Wow.
That
Like I
yo,
know, dude, the
like
Dallas.
even if I'm
Honestly.
making a base salary minimum, no sponsors, whatever, 50,000, but a lot of things like that are taken care of, you're living a life that you could not imagine right
Hmm.
there.
No, Toronto's players. I think they live like right near Chinatown. Like their apartments are so nice.
No doubt.
Oh.
I'm like I wish, bro. I want to play for the Toronto Defiant. Are you kidding? I'm
Even if I
nowhere.
was
Interesting.
living like a little farther away from the GTA, if
Yeah.
you're paying my rent,
Well,
yes,
the thing is, you probably don't want to live that
too
far away.
far. Yeah, but like I
Yeah.
mean, like if I can get there by subway, I wouldn't mind.
Facts. Um,
True.
and so basically, what I'm really annoyed about right now is Well, I'm not annoyed that the changes are happening. The other thing is Dallas released their best player. They released the person who was touted as like an MVP candidate for the whole league. Like she was a league MVP.
Mm-hmm.
And they released him. Now, I understand why. Basically, they cited that he was kind of just having attitude issues to the point where he wasn't showing up to practice, but he would show up to game days and be like, play me. And they were like, well, we're not going to play you if you don't have the right like professionalism. But it's just pissing me off because I'm pretty sure, actually, I'm not sure about this. I think the signing window is closed for this season to get new players.
Mm.
So now Dallas has killed. They've fired their head coach and assistant coach and their best player. There's like what 4 or 5 weeks to make a playoff run. They're not gonna make. I doubt they're gonna make playoffs this year. So you're gonna end up with this is the third year in a row that Dallas hasn't made the playoffs. Going into the first season, they were supposed to be contenders to win the championship. So it's just unexcusable, and I'm
Yeah.
just annoyed because every year you go to support the Fuel and they just let you down every year. It's annoying. So that's why I've got Toronto as well. I can at least
Yeah.
root for them,
Nice.
though they're
No,
also not good.
I like at first I was gonna be like, oh, we're gonna talk about Overwatch League to let Daniel, but it was like when we got into the like crevices of like pays and stuff, that's when I was
Totally.
like,
That
oh
shit's
No,
shit.
I think
interesting.
it's actually really cool to compare like esports leagues and traditional sports
Yeah,
leagues and the
no,
difference
like
between.
I'll get into a bit of what I know about esports and my thing, but like, or I'll just say it now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know the NBA esports league. They have like essentially like every city that has a team. I'm pretty sure also has an esports league, and I know the Toronto. I think it's a Toronto Uprising, is what the
Sorry, there's an
the
Overwatch league
Raptors won.
named.
And they won last year. And then they won this year. So it's 2 years that they won championships in a row,
Yes, Toronto.
and it's wild to think. Like I'm just like even if you're not getting paid super well, like you have a base job, whatever,
Yeah.
you're playing games. You
Yeah.
know, you
Dude.
The only thing is, it's a very. I mean, I can't speak to a lot of other esports, but for Overwatch, it's really taxing because you basically have. They play scrimmages with other teams to practice, so you have to learn without going too deep into it, you have to learn different compositions of characters in the game. So you have to decide what's the most optimal composition based on
each game. Yeah, no.
X, Y, Z factors.
Wow.
Then you have to practice it so that you become good at it. Then there's things like coming up with set strategies that you go into each game and you go, okay, I know that if we do this specific play, I'm gonna go here and then I'm gonna use this ability at this angle and I'm gonna do this and that's gonna cause us to win this fight. Like there's really a tactical element of it, and there's reviewing videos from like recordings of your
It's
match.
essentially playing
It's
like a regular team
yeah,
as
dude.
well, but
It's
instead of
12-hour days, 5 days a week,
that's
That is
yeah,
and
really
then
you're
game
interesting.
getting
days are on
paid
the
well
weekend.
for it.
Yeah,
So
totally.
that's a
No,
good
you're
thing.
getting paid well, but listen, it's a hard life. I'll
It's a
never.
hard, but I think if you do like video games, it's probably a great life.
And if you're
No.
passionate about it, that's the thing.
Yeah.
If it's something that you really care about, then you don't mind doing the effort. Just like if you really are care about hockey, you don't care about that you're sore after practice or that
True.
you know.
But also like because you practice so much, especially for hockey or sports, like you end up developing whatever soreness and it's just kind of part of you, so you don't really
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
Like the first day you do it, your legs are like whatever, they're gone.
So
Uh,
I'll admit I always find it funny when I tell like I'll talk to my dad and I'll be like, oh yeah, this player's injured, they can't play, and he's like, oh, what they do, sprain their wrist? I'm like, no, they fell down the stairs and broke their arm. And he's like, oh, he like people forget that when I'm like, oh, there's an injury. People forget that people just get hurt. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but I think if I was in that position, like I would not want to be the person that had to be like, I got injured falling down this. Like, if I am doing that, I would be the most careful person going downstairs and stuff like, because it's just like I don't like. I feel like you'd become a laughing stock,
bro, you know what
Yeah.
your money makers are? It's this.
Yeah, break
Well,
your legs. Who cares? Break your
Yeah.
leg. It doesn't matter.
no,
Arm.
you can play Overwatch in a wheelchair, easy.
Easy
You're
Yeah.
already
peasy.
down. Just get a gamer chair, but convert it to a wheelchair, dude.
Yeah.
You can
I
just
mean,
leave that
technically,
behind.
gamer chairs are essentially wheelchairs. You just need some way of moving it around.
Yeah.
Some wheels, yeah.
But yeah, Overwatch. That's fun.
Yeah,
That
I'm
is
Um,
fun.
basically TLDR. I'm not angry with the moves that they're making, but I'm angry that they're making them so late.
TLDR.
Yeah, too long.
Too
Don't
long
read.
didn't read.
Ah,
Too long didn't listen.
Yeah, TLDL. Yeah, I'm annoyed. I want Dallas to do well. I really wish they would. Oh, I mean, they're probably gonna make announcements tomorrow about who they're picking up. I hope they're picking up someone. If they are, I'm happy. If not, I'm sad boy hours. Shaan,
no, Dima.
Dima.
I don't have a lot to say.
That's
Am I
okay.
gonna actually full on like?
Just try your best. If not, then don't worry. I'll take
Okay,
over.
Dima, we
I have.
believe in you.
Okay, I have something to say just because I also recently. Okay, sorry, I just thought I heard someone come in.
Dima goes. I was recently moved to the Dallas Fuel Overwatch booster.
What's up, guys?
No.
I'm fine.
So before I watched the Twilight movies, me and a friend binge watched the Lord of the Rings movies. And I have a rant to rant.
Thoughts, yes, thoughts.
Okay,
Yeah, I know
All
what
right,
you mean.
Dima. All right, Dima. Bring it
okay.
in.
Why is Frodo the most useless person in existence?
Facts.
Literally, like, if Sam wasn't accidentally like eavesdropping on Frodo's conversation with Gandalf and Frodo just went off alone, he 100% would have died within like 3 minutes.
No
minutes.
doubt about that.
And I'm like, literally, Sam carried the entire
Mm.
series on his back.
Hi,
Like-
it's me, Frodo. I got to Mount Doom and I'm about to throw the ring in. Oh, wait, I'm now corrupted by the ring just now.
Like,
I'm now useless. Oh, I wish there was a small gremlin to try and kill me and bite off my finger. Bro, I genuinely dislike Frodo. I want him.
like, bruh, like the first sign of conflict, he's like, "Yup, put on a ring that I'm not supposed to use ever."
Ever.
And he's like,
Ever.
List of times when you're
annoying.
supposed to use the ring. Never. Not once. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
That's Gandalf.
No, yeah, I understand that.
And like, my favorite part of the entire like series is at the end when Frodo's like, Loki dying, starving, can't get up the
Yeah.
mountain, and Sam literally carries him on his shoulders. I was
know,
like, oh my
Archie.
god, this is how we've been feeling the
Sam
entire
deserves more
3
love.
movies.
Did you know that
Samwise Gamgee, let's go.
Pippin was played by a 45-year-old man?
Damn.
I was
What?
I heard that. I was like,
Anyway.
huh?
Pippin.
Who's your favorite character?
Sam.
Really? Mine is
Yes.
Legolas.
I'm
I
with
mean,
Sam.
Sam. Yeah,
I'm
100%.
with Sam on that
Bro,
He's
one.
just so
Legolas,
precious.
pew,
For, I
pew,
mean,
pew.
the word precious.
Orlando
but
Bloom.
Oh,
My
I didn't
favorite
mean to say that, but
my
precious
favorite
is
character is Golem because I love little gremlins, little goblins. I'm joking, it's not. King.
yeah.
Yeah.
Those are great. Honestly, that was a
Alright.
also, as much as I loved them, why I feel like, and also we didn't watch the extended editions, like the director's cut.
Good.
I have
Because
them.
they're so fucking
good.
long.
They're
already
good
long
though.
alone. No,
Like-
Like, but they're good, whatever. But they're just
But
no.
they're too long. Like the
I
It's not a
second one.
Bollywood movie, you know.
So-
Bollywood
Dude.
movie, at least they have their like midway music
Ah,
breaks.
Yeah, so my dad, he used to every year at Christmas time binge watch the director's cut of the Lord of the Rings movie, and he'd always finish like Christmas morning, like all three movies.
God.
He was a
Yeah,
madman.
That's torture.
like the first one we watched, we're like, okay, cool, 3 hours, it's fine. Second one we watched was like, okay, this is getting kind of long. And then when we got to the third one, literally we'd like look at the clock and we're like, oh my god, only 10 minutes has passed. Ah, it won't end.
Okay, but how hype was Helm's Deep?
Okay, yeah. Also, like, fight scenes, cool and all, but I don't need a 45-minute fight scene. As cool as it is.
Wait, Dima,
But
you
you
watched Umbrella Academy, right?
No.
Oh damn it! It was Yuki. Never mind.
It was Yuki.
I was gonna reference a fight scene that was literally beautiful.
Cool. But
Um,
yeah,
Yeah.
great
Have you watched
movies.
the Hobbit movies? Now you have to watch those.
I have watched them,
hell,
but I can't really remember them because I watched them in theaters when they came out,
Same.
but I don't remember.
I
That's
can't.
our
I
next big
can't say that they're super memorable. If I
I
said
just
that, it
like
would
they're
sound wrong.
okay.
because Benedict Cumberbatch.
Facts.
Mm,
Yeah.
Benny.
yeah,
Any
dragons.
Bro, he was just a full-on dragon. He was like, I'm a
Honestly,
dragon.
like the behind the scenes stuff is like insane. That he like
Benedict
even
Cumberbatch
did
is my
the
favorite.
movements as well, which is
Yeah,
really
he's
interesting.
he's cool. He's
Love
just
Yeah.
a good.
Benedict Cumberbatch. Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch, iconic.
I love the trend where you just say you say something slightly off from that.
Yeah.
You're like butterscotch cumbernickel.
Yeah, there's one where you like try to get Siri, like how badly can you butcher his name, and Siri still gets it,
Oh my god.
and it's a really fun thing. Also, the
Yeah.
fact that his fans are called Cumber bitches is amazing.
So funny. I'm a Cumberbatch
Cumber
forever.
bitches.
Cumber bitches, my favorite thing.
You love to see it.
Love
Yes.
this. Yeah.
Also, penguins.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So anything
Penguins.
else?
Yeah.
Any more rants you have?
Um.
We heard your Twilight one. Don't
Yeah.
have to hear it again.
We're not gonna hear the
Check out
Twilight
last
one
episode
because
if you haven't heard it.
also demon babies. I'm just gonna put that out there for anyone who's seen Twilight.
I mean, I know what you're talking about, but I don't like that I know what you're talking about.
Terrifying.
But
I'm
Yeah.
scared.
cats are killing each other again. So
Oh, how
what's-
fun. Am I gonna go into a full Taylor Swift rant though?
How long will it
Uh,
take? 3 hours?
I mean, nah, I'm not gonna do it because no one appreciates it, and
Essentially,
everyone's gonna be like, Taylor Swift, we don't like her.
She loves Taylor Swift. She loved the album.
It's great.
There's probably
Okay,
some
I have-
songs she didn't like as
Okay.
much.
Okay. I have a rant not about the songs, but just about people's perception of Taylor Swift. After everything, okay, like people I feel like have this notion that like, oh yeah, no, we don't like her. And so they just are very quick to dismiss anything that she does. Even though like
She had two
it's
amazing
fucking
albums.
amazing.
She had two
Yeah.
amazing
I'm
albums.
like, bruh, stop it. And like fucking fuck you, Kanye West. That's all I'm gonna say. Sorry.
Facts.
Like
I
that
will
shit
say,
was fucked up.
I don't
That's
know.
all
I think it's
okay.
funny.
No, it's not funny.
The thing with Taylor Swift is like, is it Taylor Swift, and I have a problem with The Weeknd as well a little, because it's just mostly, and if you know the connection, but it's mostly like the whole idea of like writing albums after breakups. You know, it's just like I think if Taylor Swift could figure out some other idea or something to
That's
add on, she could like
okay. Hold the
No,
fuck
no,
up.
no.
Sorry.
yeah.
Literally everyone else fucking writes about breakups and their like relationships and all
No.
of that.
But no. I don't have a problem.
Also,
with
that's
that.
not what
Water.
But it's
most
like
of her like.
But I mean, I'm talking about a little before, but like a
Mm.
lot of her albums were you'd be like, she broke up with someone, an album's coming soon, and it's just that whole thing of like writing an like I don't mind a few songs, but writing a whole album about a break, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like
How
that's
many
the thing about
how many
like
albums did she write about a
songwriters.
breakup?
Like a 2 or 3.
That's a lot of breakup albums, sis.
Also, it's not like completely a breakup album. That's the thing.
But you
like,
know what I mean.
Most of
It
her
was
albums.
it was prompted because of a breakup.
You know what's a masterful breakup album? Harry Styles' Fine Line.
Oof,
That's pretty.
that's
Like,
good.
Oh, the
But that has
journey.
it is a very good storyline to it.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. It has a full
It's
storyline.
like that
Yeah.
I would be okay with. It's just like, that whole,
I like an album with a storyline.
But I think that like if she decided to like make an album solely like music like from something else, not just breakups, I think she could
I mean,
create
that's what
some
folklore is.
folklore is, but here's the problem. Here's my problem with
Mm.
folklore. And
Okay.
it's not anything like great songs. I listen to
Yeah.
it, whatever. But it's just like for me, especially, I think she really peaked, she really made amazing music was like probably like Reputation was a
Yeah.
pretty was a really like it was very like well made, well thought out for some of the songs, right? And I think if she put that energy into some of the other songs, like Folklore was good, but it was just like very it was like a mundane album for me. It wasn't something that was great
Interesting.
compared to
It's one of
like
my favorite
the
albums of all
the
time.
same day
Interesting.
Logic releases No Pressure, insanely good album. Like, have you listened to it?
I have
Any of
not.
you?
No.
I tell you, if you go, take your time, listen to it. His final studio album, final album, he's retiring after that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
it is amazing. It is so well made.
Okay.
It's just like I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's just so like it's
Yeah.
very old style Logic with the new style of his like topical type of stuff. Very good though.
Oh, he's got
Um,
good stuff.
no, yeah. Dima, anything else before?
I think I'm done. I'm all rented out at this point.
All right,
Okay.
Jonathan, take us home.
Welcome to Sports Central. I'm pretty sure that is copyrighted, so
Yeah,
don't
seriously,
sue
please
me.
don't say that.
Like, welcome to this is too much sports. That's what we're gonna call this segments that we have on this podcast. So for reference, it is Tuesday, so the last set of games for Monday just ended. So I have no idea any other updates. I think this is being released like Friday, so everything can drastically change by the end of this week. There are series that can be blown out of proportion by the end of this week. But we'll start with basketball. We'll start with basketball. So of course, basketball started their hub in Florida. Um,
Hmm.
of
Death
course, not the
state.
not the best place, but they were able to contain it. They haven't had positive tests so far, so it's really it was well maintained. I would say that.
Okay.
And for the first two seeding games for the Raptors, they won both of them, beating out the
Hey.
Lakers,
The
and then
Raptors.
today they beat out the Heat, and they were great games to watch. They were,
Damn, they beat the Lakers?
yeah, bro,
That's good.
easy wins, easy win. But no, great games. Still, for some reason, underrated by every like sports coverage except for like the Toronto ones. But like every US sports place, just like they underestimate the Raptors. They're just like, oh, they're not gonna like it's always like LA teams that are like it's like the Raptors won last year and they have somehow been better without their star player from last year.
Yeah. And
So
they still are like,
yeah, like there are people on their bench putting up numbers. I know Laurie in the first game he put up like 32 or something. Fred VanVleet put up 36 today. Like insane numbers that you're putting up, right? Being benched last year and then coming in, insane. But they're playing really well. They're doing amazing. So I like the trend is looking like it's going up from here, and I think
good.
that everything's working out well. Um, Next up, I don't think there's much about the um like NBA. Honestly, if like you want to see how the bubble life is, I know Matisse Thybulle, I think that's the last name, probably pronouncing it wrong, from the 76ers. He posts vlogs from the bubble, and they're really interesting to watch because you see their life and how like everything's kind of set in. So it's very interesting. But he started posting videos, and I know JaVale McGee also posts videos. So if you're interested, very fun. Always fun to just watch those things and be like, that's how their life is right now.
Yeah.
And to move on to the NHL bubbles, of course. There is a Toronto Maple Leaf backup goaltender, Kasmiri Kapu. I don't remember his last name. I'm not gonna butcher it right now, but he's also posting vlogs. They're okay. They're not horrible, but you kind of also, again, you understand the lifestyle that they have to live. Like, but also their playing field in Toronto, the field that they get to play on is the BMO field. Take that in. Take that. Imagine that your essential recess is the BMO field, and you just get to
Bruh.
play there.
Bruh.
It's amazing to
That's kind of
watch.
funny, you have to admit.
It's hilarious. It's amazing to watch that. You
Come on,
know,
kid. We're going to recess at Pimo Field.
no, but that's what it feels like because they also take a bus there. So it's really
Yeah.
funny to kind of think
The
about like
school
how a
bus.
lot of people are like They have to take field trips and stuff like that. And like, but they have like, here's the thing, you can order specific Uber food to like the hotel, right?
Oh.
You have an insane array of food. You have a Tim Hortons truck 24/7 open that you can get Tim's from. Um, what I'm trying to think what else they have. You can watch the games. There's like a lot in both bubbles. There's a lot of cornhole. A lot of people playing cornhole. There's a ping pong tournament happening with one of the teams. Like they're just trying to get creative with like spending time because you're there for possibly like 3-4 months.
Yeah, dude.
Got to figure something out. But to get
It's
into
like
the
us.
NA, yeah, it's like us, but they have a lot more stuff.
They have a lot more money.
Yeah, no. But the NHL games. I'll start off with the obvious. The Leafs. I'm not sure if we ever talked about this, but the Leafs won against the Montreal Canadiens 4-2 in their scrimmage game. So that was great. And then their first game against Columbus, which was on Sunday, they lost that 2-0. But I like to say it's 1-0 because the last goal was an empty net. So I don't always like. I think it's just like a whatever that's like your secure goal or whatever. It's like a
2-0 like makes it seem like it was a lot more dominant.
yeah, but it was specifically empty net. Great game. They were played like goalies played well. Columbus's defense, that's what really killed us. We weren't able to get shots on.
Right.
But I think tomorrow is another game, and I'm putting it out there. I'm hoping for a good outcome, a scoring game as well. I'm not going to say what I think is going to happen because I don't want to jinx or anything because I do believe in that a little. So I'm just going to say I think outcomes are going to go pretty well, and I think it's going to be it was a very interesting game to watch the first time because I just had anxiety the whole time watching it. But it was
the best kind of games.
Yeah, Daniel, what were you going to say?
I was gonna. Well, actually, I don't want you to jinx anything, so actually, I won't ask you.
Yeah, but like if you're asking me what I think the series is going to be,
No, I wasn't gonna ask that.
okay.
I was gonna ask.
Score?
No, I was gonna ask. Do you think that they're gonna be able to find what the problems were, like isolate it and sort of adapt?
I think so. It was pretty evident that some of our defense was also like not playing well. They were going against some of like specific players to make sure that they didn't get the shots that we wanted. So the lineup for today's practice, there was a few changes in some of the lines. There's a few changes that I think that they had to play one game to kind of understand the whole role of how the games are going to work. But I think that the Leafs have it in them. I want to see how they do on Tuesday. I'm mad that this is getting out Friday because Friday's the fourth game. So by then this series could be totally different.
We could watch on Friday together.
We're gonna watch it on Thursday because it's Thursday and then Friday.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So because we're
I'm fine with that.
we're at a cottage just for everyone. We're at a cottage. It's 5 of us. But yeah, we'll watch the game. I'm making sure Dima and Daniel are gonna watch the game tomorrow. Very fun to watch. It's at 4 o'clock, so it's not in the evening. Not doing anything.
Easy.
But yeah, no, for me, like I've literally like woken up and on my TV is like hockey is just playing. It's back-to-back hockey games. It's never better.
So we don't have cable, so
I can send you a link with the game. Don't worry.
Okay. Pirated websites. We at this is
too much. Do not use pirated websites.
Nope.
That's not something we do.
Not illegal.
Don't worry, Dima. I won't send you any link. I will. Yeah. Some notable.
He's sending the link to a completely legal streaming service.
Yeah.
And I'm sending him back completely legal substance.
Dima, you brought that up on yourself right there.
Sorry, I just had to. There was an opportunity.
And some honorable mentions on games. So the first day, the 12th seed played the 5th seed for the play-in rounds, and both the 12th seed teams won their first game. But then today they both lost their second game, so the series for them is tied. Tomorrow, which is Tuesday, Carolina Hurricanes can just take out the New York Rangers, 1 game away from a win. Winnipeg Jets, Calgary, that's tied up. A lot of the other games were very interesting. Round robins I don't care about too much because they're just playing for seeding for first to fourth. But honestly, really dope games to watch. Like if you
I'm
have not
excited
been
actually
watching
for tomorrow.
hockey, I know it's probably late because it's Friday, but like if you have not been watching hockey, get your ass on it. Hockey, literally, like it's been on like just day after day, and it's just so fun to watch. No doubt about it. But great games, great energy. Hockey's been dope. I
I'm
don't. There's
excited to
not.
watch.
Yeah, there's not much else to say. Like tomorrow will really solidify how the game for the Toronto Maple Leafs will go. Like if they do end up with not the best outcome, um, we're probably gonna have to say goodbye for this season.
Ah, reverse
But
sweep, dude. We can do
but
it.
I think we can, and I'm just putting my hope on Toronto right now,
Okay.
and hoping for the best. But yeah, other than that, that pretty much sums up hockey because there hasn't been many games that I've been like super like insane about.
Totally. Does anyone else have anything on their mind before we wrap up?
Mhm.
Not
I can't think
really.
of anything. I'm kind of a
Like I'm
blank
trying to.
slate.
Yeah.
I'm literally like I'm just thinking for a second.
I know I'm gonna work out after this, but that's
Yeah, I need to work out. I haven't worked out in like 3 days.
I worked out
exercise.
today already.
Who doesn't love a 2 a.m.
I have to do
workout?
so much packing. I have to like figure out
Me
what I want to
too,
wear.
dude. I'm gonna start packing tomorrow.
I started kind of packing. Surprisingly, some of my swimsuits are like they used to be a little tighter and now they're a little looser. And I'm concerned that they're too loose. Um,
Don't wanna have like a wardrobe malfunction.
yeah, I don't want to have
You
a
can
wardrobe.
always
No.
borrow from Spencer or I.
Yeah, I don't think I have a problem. I have three, so I should.
Alright,
I don't think I need
When are
more.
you
But
guys leaving?
we are leaving
Thursday.
Thursday, so we'll
Okay, cool.
already be at the
Midday.
cottage right now. Whoa.
Yes. When you're
Um,
hearing this, we are coddying.
Nice.
coddying it up unless something, God forbid, happens.
Yeah. Don't say that.
I
Knock on
said,
wood.
God
God
forbid.
forbid.
Daniel
Yeah, but
doesn't believe in
still.
God, so it doesn't really
Yeah.
matter.
Still. But still.
Daniel, all of a sudden you believe in Jay.
No. Shut up. It's my
Um,
mom. She does this to me.
yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess
I think we're
honestly,
good.
this wraps up one of the probably shortest episodes that we've had.
But
Yeah.
that's okay. I think sometimes the people need a break.
True.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
We appreciate all of you guys for listening, but we know sometimes it's a little there's a lot to listen to. So
Yeah.
there is a lot, but most of the time it is decently interesting. I think today we had pretty solid setup episodes where we weren't insulting each other. And I think also the insulting each other is part of it, you know?
And
We
look,
Yeah.
need
and look,
we need a
Shaan and I didn't end this episode
fuck
with a
you,
fight.
Daniel.
Yeah, you
Um
wish. So yeah.
no, never.
No one wants that. There's a
Never.
list of things that I want, and like up
And
here is like the Dallas Fuel to do well, and right at the bottom is that. So
Yep.
That's on your list of want?
no, it's like the things I
No,
want the most in the league.
but then why would you just say that it's on the top of your don't want list? Wouldn't that make
Well, it is, but that it's just
because see, the top of the don't want list is the bottom of the want
the what
list.
list.
so it's on a
So it like
it's on a
and
spectrum.
it
It's not
goes
on a
to the
list.
middle. Yeah.
It's on a
Yeah,
spectrum
it's
instead.
essentially.
Fine.
Sure.
On the spectrum of things that I would really like to happen versus I would literally rather die, you're over there. Sorry, Sean.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
Anyways,
Same with you, don't worry.
Beautiful.
look, we got a little fight in.
Yeah.
I had to.
We had
Um,
to. Let me tell we had to.
Anyway, guys,
Quirky.
it's
Thank
been
you.
great.
Yeah. This was fun.
I hope you guys like this. Probably. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
assuming
love
we're on
you.
episode 8, so like
Woo.
Where's my heart? My heart's right here.
episode 10's coming. We got to do something special, or just
Yeah.
another
Leave
episode
a
probably.
comment. Leave a
Yeah.
comment.
What do you want us to do for the special 10th episode?
Just
Or-
spam Daniel. Just spam Daniel. I'm not gonna
Yes.
tell you what his Instagram is. Just spam him.
If you
Spam
know
him.
me, spam my Instagram. We'll listen.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's not that hard to find him on Instagram.
we're not doing a
It's really not.
giveaway
It's my life.
unless it's
Yeah.
we give away Daniel's life, which
Listen,
I'm
my
okay.
name is. Oop, fuck. My name is right here.
Daniel. It doesn't say it on the video.
Oh well, okay. It's Daniel.Leventis.
Oh, there it is. That's his name. Point to it.
No, it doesn't show it on the video, Dima.
Daniel, you're pointing to the
It
wrong
does.
side.
Yes, it does. It's on.
No,
it's
but not on the recording.
Not.
not the recording.
Oh, it doesn't
Yeah,
show.
it doesn't show on the
Ah.
recording.
Anyways, we're
Oh.
wrapping it up.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
we gotta wrap it
cool.
up. Oh my god. Okay, bye guys.
Bye,
Bye guys. We
guys.
love you. Thanks for tuning in.
Peace.
Peace out.